Buonasera a tutti, good evening. I'm Sofia Milos and I'm going to make some pan roasted chicken with whole grain mustard and a lemon sauce. So what we will need is extra virgin fresh cold pressed olive oil, a juicy lemon, organic if you can, unsalted butter, some rosemary, I love the smell of rosemary, and fresh Italian parsley. I prefer Italian parsley, and some basil, fresh basil. Cracked pepper, Celtic salt, Himalayan salt if you have, otherwise sea salt. A cup of chicken broth, homemade or just a very good high grade one. Take a pan that you can put in the oven later, or you can take with, without burning yourself, and heat up the oven at 450 degrees. So I'm going to chop the basil and the parsley together. You want to chop about a quarter cup for the sauce later on. Alright, so any surface of course we're going to be touching with the chicken, we're going to clean very well with soap later on. I don't want to get any salmonella. I'm going to leave the chicken with the skin on because I want to brown it actually face down in the pan. I like to get, and I encourage you to get, free-range chicken that is a vegetarian fed and antibiotic free. Happy chickens, happy you. Alright, so we're just going to remove some excess fat, but you want to leave most of it on. Alright, what we'll be doing is we're going to take the rosemary and put it gently under the skin, yeah? You don't want to pull the skin off. You want to use the skin to get your herbs. You can do it with garlic, without garlic. I'm going to put some garlic in that you then later remove, just whole, not chopped. Crush the garlic. That way it will peel right away. But here we're just using it to give a beautiful smell, beautiful taste to the chicken. Salt your chicken really well. A little cracked pepper. High heat. We'll need about 1 or 2 tablespoons. Now it depends for how many people you're cooking. You know, if you're cooking for 2 people, then 3 to 4 pieces are going to be enough. I'm using chicken breast and thigh. You can use a whole leg. I would say, maybe a breast and a whole leg for a man will be enough. You think so? Yeah. Wait for it to get nice and hot. Swirl it around. And your oven is going and preheating at 450. Let's take the chicken and skin down. Oh, it's hot. So if you were wondering what you could serve it with, potatoes. Let's make some Italian rosemary potatoes. I like to use the new skin one because they cook faster, they'll stay more tender, and it'll be lovely with the chicken. So for the potatoes, we're going to boil them first, but literally 2 minutes, that's all you need. And then we're going to be cutting them in cubes, salt them, pepper, some olive oil, thinly chopped rosemary, and pop them in the oven while the chicken cooks as well. Almost done. You want to brown them, not burn them, so keep an eye on. Try to cut the potatoes in very similar sized cubes so that the cooking is going to be even. Ah, perfect. Here, I'm going to show you how pretty much nicely browned on one side, just one side. We had it on here for about 5-6 minutes. We want to pop it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, the potatoes have been cooking for 2 minutes. And then just pour them on some paper towel. No, I have not put any salt on there yet, because for some reason it makes it dry up a little. And we don't want them. We want them to be crunchy and nice and tender and yum. A little extra virgin olive oil at the bottom of the pan. Don't have to be too much, just enough to wet it. Alright. Chop it up thinly. Put it with my potatoes. Some black pepper. Just love the smell of rosemary. And a little bit of olive oil on top. And we can put it in the oven. And this is how it's gonna look like when you take it out of the oven. So you wanna remove all the excess fat that came out by broiling it, basically, almost at 450 in the oven. Put it back on the stove. Don't rinse out the pan, because we want to have all the drippings from the chicken. So we'll put in 1 glass of chicken stock or chicken broth, the juice of 1 lemon. Over high heat, let's stir the chicken broth and the lemon. You want to sort of like deglaze it, right? And keep cooking it until it will reduce, I don't know, about half of it. Let's check on our potatoes, which should be done too. This is how you want your potatoes to look like. Nicely browned. And now you can salt them. So if you salt them before, they're going to dry up, and we don't want them dry. And you may want to keep the chicken in a warmed oven, turned off, but warm oven. Okay, once you see after 3-4 minutes that it has reduced, lower the heat and add for the amount of chicken that I have, 2 tablespoons of unsalted raw butter. Put in 1 piece at a time, let it melt. Okay, we're going to take some nice mustard, about, for the amount of chicken I have, probably 2 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon. Now we're going to add our thinly chopped Italian parsley and basil. Keep half of it so that you can sprinkle it on top after it looks pretty. You know, like we say in Italy, si mangia con gli occhi. We eat with our eyes. I don't know who invented that, but does that translate? And this is pretty much how our sauce will look like. And just pour it over your chicken. Ooh, it smells beautifully. Take some of the extra parsley and basilico. There you go. Buon appetito.